I was advised to go for a TB checkup because I was coughing. And while at the clinic waiting, and they told me that the X-ray, the machine that we use for chest X-ray is not working, then I decided to do HIV test. And in mind, I had this thing, and Vincent, I'm not this, my results will come negative. And wow, the results were positive. And I was like a little bit anticipating about my life. And I thought I'm going to live for 6 months, I'm going to die soon. So I was shaking, nervous also, But eventually, as I said, when I arrived at home, I disclosed to my uncle. I disclosed also to my sister, who became positive. And of course, I didn't know that she was positive also. And when I disclosed my status to her, she also disclosed her status to me. And we supported each other for a particular time. And the fortunate part was that she has already disclosed her status to my mother. And my mother attended some workshops of people who are affected with HIV. So I couldn't disclose my status to my mother. And I disclosed to my aunt also. And she told my mom. And my mom became more close to me. I had a supportive system within my siblings and my mother. And my father he's that, the type of a traditional guy who doesn't understand this thing. So it took me time to convince him or to educate him about HIV. And well, for some of the relatives distanced themselves, but some were supportive to me. And now everybody's looking at me as a pillar in the family and relatives, distant relatives. I withdrew myself from the activities that I was doing. I was that person who was engaging myself with friends, and now I started to withdraw myself. And I had multiple partners also, and then and eventually I was thinking that I'm going to die. So I was checking or revisiting my lifestyle myself. What is it that I want? How am I going to achieve that? And in mind, I had this. I thought I should be doing that within a short space of time. But fortunately, my aunt advised me about the support groups, and I went to the support group whereby they educated me on HIV/AIDS issues. They supported me, and I started being active in the community about it. I attended workshops and I lived my life positively. Hence, now I'm somebody who's been looked at in the community. I only met 2 people who were open about their statuses, and I met them in the support group. And they encouraged me to be open about my status, Hence, I started being active. And being in this campaign, it's an opportunity of a lifetime, to be honest, because of we seem to reach to people who haven't got the opportunity to hear of how is it like to live, to be positive, or how is it like to live with HIV, In a way, it's educating. So it is our responsibility to see that our children get better education and get better information, and they get well educated, more particularly our children and our instant families. Yeah, we should educate them about HIV. We still have that thing of stigmatization in our communities. Stigma, I'm talking about the external stigma and the internal stigma, because most people, we sometimes stigmatize ourselves. And our community also is stigmatizing us. But what I know is that people will stigmatize you for that particular time, and after then they forget about being stigmatizing you. And of course, it's not easy, and it's not fun to be stigmatized. It destroys many people, but also can make a great leader. It can also make a great person, a wonderful moral model in our community. My name is Vincent Mukwena. I reside in Soshanguve, Northern Gauteng, and in South Africa. I've been diagnosed with HIV for 5 years now, but I know that I've been infected for 11 years.
Then I can see. Never judge